Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, October 2nd. And this is Mara's Monday Morning Messages. And I'm already clearing for all of us on this live. Seems kind of dark. Anyway, okay, so we're going to start off with our oil of the week is fennel. So where we're going to put this, we're going to always smell it first, right? Because then it goes directly up into our brain and starts working on the energies and the emotions and trapped memories. And so this one's going to go on our throat. You can see the universe is telling me throat and the high heart. So right kind of between your throat and your heart chakra. That's where the fennel is going to go for this week. You can also put it in the diffuser. You can also, of course, use it wherever you want. As you know, I don't have any major issues with that. Okay, and so things are transitioning again. We're in a new month. It's October. September was really a month of new beginnings, and there was a lot going on. I know for myself, it just felt like constant, one thing after another of major stuff going on. And so this month is a calmer energy, the month of October. So there's an acceptance energy and there's a calmer energy about doing the work of these new beginnings that we have started throughout the year, but that maybe we also started in September. And so this is a new focus on partnership, interestingly enough, and relationships, loved ones, family. The partnerships are going to help you move your expressions, what you've been working on for the month of September, or what you've been thinking about for the month of September. October is going to really have the energy of partnering with people who are going to help you to move that vision forward. So many times, like a certain person will pop in. As I'm talking about this right now, you might have a really great person that is such a supporter in your life. And for me, Dwayne, my husband, my great husband, he immediately popped in. Immediately when I was reading about this, and I realized that, our partnership is going to help me move my projects forward this month. You might have someone pop into your head, a friend, a colleague, a significant other, a child even, but someone will pop in. So allow that to happen, catalyze this new beginning, practice that skill of receptivity, of receiving that goal in your relationships, of putting it out there, what you need, and then allowing support to come in. Even if you don't know exactly how it's going to come in, if you put out what you're doing, if you talk about what you're doing, you will be amazed at what will come forth. So this month is helping us to upgrade our capacity for more love, more support, and even having like higher standards about what type of support you're wanting to bring in. It's unconditional type of support, and it's support that has no judgment with it. So see again what comes forth in this next week to help you. Because these relationships are key in terms of moving us to the next level. And so that's exciting. So, okay. Okay. So we talked about fennel being our oil of this week. And what fennel is helping us to do is releasing regret, betrayal, and bitterness out of our systems. So when we release these types of emotions, regret, betrayal, and bitterness, it opens up space for new views, new perceptions, and grace in the present moment. It's also encouraging our soul to take responsibility for its choices in the past and in the present, and reminding us that we have all kinds of options and choices as we move through into the future. So it helps us, Fennel also helps us to reconnect with our physical bodies and to curb cravings for experiences that dull our senses. So as I was just talking about moving powerfully, receiving support and help from our partnerships and our friendships in terms of getting our goals met in October, some of these uncomfortable feelings can come up, some old habits, and again, this is what Fennel's going to help us to do, is to release that. But sometimes in the past, we have all gone to certain ways to escape from feeling uncomfortable. So Fennel helps us to reconnect with our bodies so that we don't have that desire. We don't have that desire to numb ourselves from our experiences and from moving forward into the unknown. So what sometimes dulls our senses is maybe overeating or eating, binging type of eating, drinking too much alcohol, any kind of abuse of things that go in your mouth. And so Fennel really helps us with those cravings. And so, for example, I go to these mints that the people who've seen me, see that I eat these cinnamon vermints, and I love them. But I do find that when I'm feeling a little bit stressed and a little bit of overwhelm, I go to those mints and I start eating them more than I should. And so I now know, and it's been on my radar and I'm fully aware of it, but I think that the Fennel is really going to help me with my vermint issue, as my children call it. I have an issue with vermints. Anyway, so let's see. Let's all do an experiment this week about can this Fennel and the acknowledgement and awareness of moving forward and how it can feel uncomfortable, and then how we can try and dull ourselves to that. Let's see if we can moderate that a little bit. So now we're getting to our cards. We've got the Andara of the higher heart. So this is just focus on this for a moment. And this brings together the higher heart and the throat chakra, which is where we're putting the Fennel. And you can imagine this gorgeous green, gold, silvery gemstone coming into that area. And this merges gifts of communication and unconditional love. It brings grace, integrity, and truth in our communicating with ourselves and with others. So what really came in strong was that this, in terms of our self-talk, this is really going to help us to communicate with more integrity, more truth, more unconditional love in our self-talk, our brain chatter that's going on. So, so this is a great one, again, in terms of moving forward powerfully this month into these expressions and these projects that we've been working on. Okay, second one is focus. And this card from our moon deck says, focus on what's working. Isn't that awesome advice? So our emotions and our thoughts can pull us into all kinds of directions. And I remember going to a seminar where they said, you are only feeling what you are thinking in that exact moment. And so if you change what you're thinking, you will immediately change your thoughts. I'm sorry, your emotions, how you're feeling. So you'll change how you're feeling when you change your thoughts. And I know, easier said than done. this is again why using essential oils helps to really shift us very quickly. We can immediately breathe something in and it will help to shift us. But the awareness that what we're thinking then immediately affects how we're feeling is big. So stay open to being in the present moment, your own truth, a new perspective. This is a month of we've started these new perspectives really last month, and we are now bringing those more into fruition this month. Align with what makes you joyful. I know people have heard me say that before. Feel that lightness of when you are in your joy and you're just happy, doing whatever. Feel that feeling of being light, and that lightness is a great communicator. It's great for us to know, oh wow, I'm feeling light. This must be the way. So, and remind yourself, progress, not perfection. Focus on what's working. So what is working in your life, and move in that direction, and think, I'm just making progress every day. It doesn't need to be perfect. So our final card of the day, which again, these just amaze me as the reading comes through. This one's called Artistic Expression, and haven't we been kind of talking about that already? Allow your talents to come out. So again, the things that we have been creating, either just in our mind or starting to create it in our lives, allow these to come out. When this energy gets trapped in our bodies, it can lead to feeling restless, anxious, annoyed, frustrated, and it also can lead to dulling ourselves with addictions. So if this energy is not expressed, we all have this, by the way. Every single person has this. You don't have to be an artist. It doesn't have to be drawing or painting or dancing or creating in that way, but we all create. Every single human being creates. So what are you going to create? And what did you used to create when you were a child? That's sometimes a really great way to get back in touch with this part of you. Sometimes us feeling restless and uncomfortable in ourselves is just these trapped feelings and you don't even know what they are. And when you start to create and you start to follow that bliss and that joy, you are like, wow, I feel so much lighter and so much better. So use the Fennel to help with all of this, and then use these reminders as you move forward in this next week. I am so grateful for all of you. I hope you have a fantastic week. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know, and I will speak with all of you in a week. I'm excited to hear how things are going for all of you, so please let me know. Okay, make it great.